Okay, so let's start out. Let's talk about accessibility features. Where's my
Yeah.
mouse? In the staterooms and suites.
Yeah. So I think, one thing that I always encourage our sailors to really be very clear and upfront and forward with us, right? This last few months, I would say actually it's been about 4 weeks now. We've launched our accessibility website. And at that website, there's a great place where sailors can actually kind of take a peek and get the further details. But we have two different categories of suites and cabins, or as we call them, quarters. But there's the fully accessible cabins, and then we have the ambulatory cabins. And so what I really want to make sure our future sailors, as we call our customers, that they understand kind of the differences in the two, right? So the accessible, the entryways are much larger. They're step-free bathrooms. They're, really accessible routes to and from and throughout the room. You've got the open bed frame, which I think is a very important thing in the fully accessible cabin, as well as the ramped balcony thresholds, right? So to go out onto the sea terrace, which many people love to enjoy,
Yeah.
we've definitely made sure that we have the integrated ramps that are built into it. And that's in the fully accessible cabin. The ambulatory cabins, really, the big thing on there is how the bathroom is designed. And they're really, kind of someone who maybe is a wheelchair user, potentially for a short term and not all the time, and or someone who might be using a cane or a walker. So definitely give more space, more access, and they're designed with all that in mind, as well as the safety features and the bathroom area things. But again, if someone's looking for that full roll-in, kind of 60 by 60-inch diameter turning space, then I would definitely recommend that they get a fully accessible cabin or suite.
Yep. And I'll say we haven't sailed in an accessible suite, but we sailed in actually on both the times it was on deck 12. I think it was
Okay.
opposite sides of the ship, maybe,
Hmm.
but right there about midship. And
Yeah.
both of those cabins have been really nice. We have
Good.
found, we just didn't find any issues with it. We've been really happy.
I think it's something we really tried to focus on from the design perspective, right? I think that the great part is they're brand new ships, and so we can design them the way we want them to be. We're not retrofitting something. From the beginning. We thought about what type of things and needs will our customer or our future sailor want, and make sure that we put them in them from the beginning.
Yeah, you guys and you guys have done a really nice job of that. And a lot of cruise lines do a really good job. We've had one that is not my favorite cruise line because to get out to the ramp, their way of fixing it was they had like a wooden ramp that went up to get to the balcony level,
Oh
but
yeah.
the bed was jammed right up there by where that is. So when I got out of the bed, I stubbed my toe just about
Oh
every
my
night,
goodness.
and I'm like, it just makes me cranky when I stub my toe.
Well, yeah, you definitely don't want that. And I think that's what comes in right with all the retrofitting of the old ships. For us, it was a brand new vessel. Thinking about it, how does it designed into it? So I think for us, as you saw, it's quite smooth and easy to kind of transition from inside to outside and around the bed as well.
Yeah, it's very nice. And we had some comments here.